Hi guys, this is Heather with Whippoorwill Creations, and today I'm going to show you how to just do the wrapping around an arrowhead. And this is something that I came up with. I've seen some other things on the internet just looking for inspiration, and I didn't like anything that was, maybe arrowheads are supposed to be masculine. I don't know, but I like them, so I did this one. So I'm just going to show you how I did just this. I'm not going to teach you how to do the bail because there's lots of videos out there on bail making. And I apologize, I still have paint under my fingernails. It's just very stubborn. I cannot get my hands clean. Anyway, let's get started on this. You're going to need an arrowhead. Now this one is a little smaller. So I cut my wires. These are 22 gauge. I like the flexibility of a 22 gauge for things that are flat. This feels fragile to me. When I did this one, it sounded like it was the wire, the stone was chipping. I don't know if you can understand that or not, but it just sounded like it was like maybe the edges were chipping away, and so it scared me. So I'm just using a 22 gauge. This is just a copper antique brass wire. It's copper core, artistic wire, 22 gauge. These are 13 inches or roughly 34 centimeters. So you want to get them as straight as possible. Oh, and then you're going to need an accent bead. I haven't decided what I'm going to use yet. I kind of like this. This is, I think, 6 by 8 millimeters, and these are 4 or 5 millimeters. Let me look real quick here. One, two, three, four. 4 millimeters. So let's get started. I started at the base of the arrowhead, at the center of my 2 wires. Now you could do this with 1 wire. I haven't tried it yet, but if you want a more simplistic look, you can. So I'm roughly gauging this in the center. Oh, I should say, check your arrowhead. This one is pretty even on both sides. So in this case, you just want to pick the side you like best. I think I like this one to be in the front. I like the variations of lines. But if it is more, if it's more domed on one side, make the dome side the front side and the flatter side the back side. So if you can see that this had a little dome at the top. So if there are any variances, just make sure that you put the flatter side on the back. So we're going to start at the back, roughly in the middle of my 2 wires, and you want to pay very close attention not to get them crisscrossed. So I'm just pinching it and I'm folding it up. At an angle, and I'm not trying to make this symmetrical. I don't want it symmetrical. I don't want these wires. I don't want any crossing. You know how, like, right here. I don't want any of this kind of stuff going on. I want them to lay nice and parallel with each other. So I'm trying to get this as tight as I can. And I'm pinching that in the back. And now I'm going to take my wires and get them up around here. And pull one around. Make it really tight. Take the next one on the inside and pull it around the bottom underneath the first wire. Pull it really tight. So I've got this. Now I can let it go just a little bit. Now I've got to get these other two wires wrapped around. So I'll just take one. Doesn't matter which one you take. And I'm going to put this oval bead on. These are amethysts, by the way. I think I got them off of eBay or Etsy. Let's see how I like that. I think that's just too big. But there are purple shades in here, so I kind of want to keep the purple. So where's the hole? There it is. Well, oh my God. Excuse me. There. You can do anything you want for a bead. And pull that tight. I like that. I'm just going to keep it. You can do anything you want. This one is a 3mm, a 4mm, and a 3mm copper bead. Just a round copper bead. But like I said, you can do anything you want here. So now this is the last one I've got to get bent. I didn't tell you, you need wire cutters. These are flush cutters and some kind of needle nose plier. So I'm going to try to go in here. Make a bend. I don't want it real sharp. And then I'm going to pull that down like that. So now I've got this, looks like a little V-neck. Alright, so now I've got these two wires here. I'm going to turn these into the bail. So I'll show you what I do there, but I'm not going to do the bail today. I'm just going to do a couple twists. And I'm pulling this as tight as I can get it. And I'm even going to come in and I probably shouldn't use these. These are, where are they? Those are for delicate wire working. And I don't want to break them. So I'm just going to push down on that so that that makes it. Did you see that? I'm sorry, it was off camera. Pushing down, I'm just pushing on those wires just to get them flat. So then these will become the bail. I can certainly do a video on the bail, but everybody does those. Actually, I think her name is Teresa by Lily Tree. She does a video for 3 different types of bails. And it's just I just do basic corset weaves. I always tend to just end up doing the same ones over and over and over again. I should fix that. But now I've got these 2. Oops, and I just pulled them. So what I'm going to do is try to follow these lines along the back. Weave that around to the front. Okay. And the way these are falling, I'm going to be twisting backwards. Oh, I'm sorry, did I? Let's do it again on camera, just in case I wasn't watching. I'm taking this wire, pulling it down around so that it's right in line with the other wires. And the same thing with this one. So then we'll flip it over to the front. And since this one is coming up the bottom of the 3 wires, of the now 3 wires, and this is coming across the top, now we're going to do a little twist. We're going to make this little rosette. So I'm going to my big old fat hands out of the way so you guys can see. Yeah, I like the dark one. So now I'm just going to pull, and they're going to chase each other. Lift this one up a little bit, and that one's going to come around underneath. See so far? And I'm going to keep my thumb on that, and I'm going to chase the other wire. And on this side is when I did the wrap, the under. So now on this side, about 3/4 of the way, this one is going to overtake it. And you can make this as big or as little as you want. I'm just going to do maybe a couple more. And have that one at the top. And I think that's about as large as I want it. I don't want it any bigger than that. But I need to come up here so that these wires are not intersecting or being tucked in. Okay, now I don't like this wire right here. So I'm just going to push it down. Tuck it into place. And I don't like this wire here either. Came away. So I'm just going to kind of manhandle it up. Oop. Oh, that's good. I didn't scratch anything. Okay, now I'm ready to cut. So, cutting wire. This is a bucket part, and this is the flush side. And the bucket reminds me of a garbage can. So I'm on the garbage can. That's the side I want the wires that go away to go into the garbage can. So cutting about maybe 2 millimeters away from where I want it to be tucked in. And now with my little teeny weeny get that point, and I'm going to just bend it in just like that. And I'm going to tuck it under the rose. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Again, garbage side, garbage wire. Got about 2 millimeters. And then get some fine tip needle nose. These might work. In fact, I'll try it just so we can see. These are still a fine tip, but they're not as fine as this pair. There's more bulk for getting into tight places. But let's just see if I can do this with this pair. So I'm just going to bend that end. Tuck that in. And then I'm just going to smush it down flat. This also work hardens it. And there you have an arrowhead. I'm going to redo this one just a little bit because it's not centered. Still not centered. Oh, I see. There we go. Well, I will get that later. But anyways, I just wanted to show you how I do this. And you can, if this doesn't look tight enough to you, you can go in with, well, I don't know where my flat nose pliers are. I think they're in the drawer that are being blocked by my camera frame. You can just play with this, make them as neat as possible. And if this is too loose, you can come in. I would rather use my flat nose, but let's do it at an angle. There you go. That tightened that up. And it didn't do anything to the front side, so that's good. So anyways, there you have it. They're not identical, but the method was still the same. So thank you for watching. I hope that you will subscribe and click the little bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. And join me again for my next adventure. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet, but we'll figure something out. Leave a comment, ask a question. What did you like? What don't you like? What do you want to see? And I will try to do something for you. So thanks again, and until next time, happy crafting.